Hi, welcome back to VK Online Education Training course. The theme of this lesson is monitoring events. We'll introduce VK Server Monitoring function. This function is mainly used to let third-party controller to control VK system, by sending their messages using standard TCP/IP connection, and send the status to that controller. Of course, it can also be used to be integrated with third-party software. We just need to connect the devices and software to default communication port 43520. You can pass messages and commands using third-party controller. By default, the functions of the VK server are all opened. And its communication port is 43520. And, we can change the port to the one we want. Next, let's create a simple example. Here, I first create a variable number to store a value from a third-party controller. We want to store a number value sent from that controller. At the same time, we will synchronize that variable to the label on our page. Then, we go to the Monitor Event tab. Because we want to store variables, we choose bypass as the monitoring function here. Next, we choose TCP server as the function of this VK server. Since it is a server role, it can only supports listen port function, it can't support query function. Then, let's see the settings for return message monitoring tab. Here, we don't need to change anything, because we just want it to store the value from third-party software. We want to save all the numbers, so we just leave it blank here. Now, we use setVariable to store the number. We use bypass value option. In addition, VK Server has another feature. When it receives a message, it can send a return message to third-party software as a feedback. Here, we click on VK2100 controller. We will see a function of TCP feedback raw. We can use this function to send some messages from VK server after we received a message from third-party software. I type VK OK as a return message. Now, setup is complete. Let's look at the actual operation status. Enter the IP of the VK controller here. We are using default communication port 43520. And connect to it. Then, let's start to send the string to the VK host. The first one is 123. You will see that the number of the text label becomes 123. And we also receive a feedback message from the VK server. Next, we send 456 and 789. There are also return message from the VK server. This is all the content of this unit. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.